welcome once again to From Mom with Love. And today we are going to make for you coconut slice. Some countries call it salara, but as you guys know, I'm from St. Vincent, so we call it coconut slice. Okay, and I choose this today because, as you know, all of the recipes that on this channel, it's recipes that we love, recipes that we still make. This particular recipe, coconut slice, my mom taught me how to make this. So today we will be teaching my children how to make coconut slice. So we have all of our ingredients here. We have our all-purpose flour, we have our brown sugar, our grated coconut, then you see our essence, a little bit of food coloring, we have our yeast, cinnamon, and this cinnamon is from Grenada. Ignore the container, it's from Grenada. And the nutmeg is from St. Vincent. Ignore the container again. Thank you. We also have butter and some salt. So the yeast is already in here with its barely warm water, like lukewarm water, because you know if the water is too hot, you can kill the purpose of the yeast. And in here, so it's 1.5 teaspoon yeast, active dry yeast, and 1 tablespoon brown sugar. So as you can see, the yeast is rising, and as it's rising, we're just gonna set this on the side. But you know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put a little bit more sugar in because the brown sugar assists the yeast in rising. So I'm gonna put another tablespoon in because the dough for the coconut slice is what we call like a basic sweet dough. So it's okay to be, slightly sweet. It's a basic sweet dough, and I'm just gonna put it in and I'm gonna stir it. So I'm just gonna mix it, put it on the side, and cover it over for a few minutes. So we're gonna put this on the side. So the measurement that we're gonna use today is 4 cups of flour. Back then when my mom taught me, she just taught me to throw everything inside. And honestly, I still do that. But I know for someone who probably will be interested in copying this recipe, I know that's not the way to go. So we're measuring, and then for the sake of my children as well, I'm measuring. I'm gonna put again just 1 generous tablespoon of brown sugar. As you know, the yeast is dissolving on the side. 1/2 teaspoon salt. I try to go as easy or my salt as possible, but some people may prefer more. And then I have a stick of butter here, which is literally 4 ounces. So I'm gonna use half of it, which would be 2 ounces. So my mom, she's here reminding me, asking me if I put shortening or lard. That's what we call it back then. So I'm going to add about 1 tablespoon. As you can see the brand, that's what it is, Crisco. I'm using 1 generous tablespoon. Yes. My daughter said it's not a tablespoon. I guess she missed the fact where I said generous, okay? Okay, and I'm going to just sprinkle lightly a little bit of cinnamon. Okay, So it's not even a 1 teaspoon. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to mix the butter and the lard. I'm going to, or the shortening, I'm going to mix it in with the flour. Okay, while we check on the yeast. It's almost there. So let me just wash my hand again.
I'm gonna mix some coloring, yellow coloring, into the yeast in order to give the dough a lovely color, you know, little yellowish. So the dough will be a little yellow. Meanwhile, the filling will be a kind of a little red.
I've already mixed in blended in the butter and the shortening and the bit of cinnamon, a little bit of salt. And now, Mom is gonna pour everything in. And I know that's not some countries' way, but that's the way I was taught. And let me tell you, everyone that has tasted our coconut slice always asks for more.
We used to bake to sell our cook shop.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you learn something. Oh, at the cook shop. I like using a wooden spoon, one, in the early, before I start kneading. I remember my mom used to tell me, oh, my hand is too heavy. She said I need everything tight. So
it's better better when you mix it around.
Yeah.
And don't knead it too tight.
Yeah.
Because when you knead too tight, after they have been baked, you have to tear it like you're tearing meat. It's gonna be so tight you have to keep tearing it, you know. It should be.
So right about now, the consistency is really good. It's been blended well. It was mixed. Then it was mixed with the spoon. And now, so Mom, let me get some more flour. Right here. Okay. So bear in mind we had like 4 cups of flour. So now I'm gonna just take like probably a half a cup, so I could just like kind of dust it with. While and another thing my mom taught me was, as I'm kneading around, always try and clean the pan that I'm kneading in. So this is like this is from the half cup that I had, the added half cup. So initially, so let's say we'll need probably like about 4.5 cups. So it's like 4, and then the half, it's 2 added. I like this.
Alright guys, so at this point the hard part is really out of the way. Our dough is complete, and now we're just going to finish prepping our filling. Please feel free at any point in the video to pause it and take a look in the description box to follow along with the recipe. Alright guys, let's get into the filling.
Now we're gonna cook the coconut a little.
The way my mom taught me was that, back home in the islands, we get the coconut, we grind the coconut, and we put it here. But today we're using prepackaged coconut flakes. And so it's already been grind and everything. And it's this amount for the 2 filling, it's like 16 ounces. I guess that's why some people call it red belly too. The belly is very red. You could color it to your desired effect, to your desired look. Same as with the the sweet dough.
Okay, we're gonna put in it's a half cup of sugar. We do not need more sugar because the coconut flake was partially sweetened. So then we're gonna just use maybe half the amount of sugar. Put a little nutmeg.
It's going into the bottle.
Okay. That's
So you might as well just sprinkle it over.
the more is merrier. Only not too much that you get a bitter. Too much nutmeg bitter thing. You know.
Oh, see? Now you know. Hold it over.
Yep. Here we have some cinnamon. It's not as dangerous as the nutmeg.
It's being sprinkled into the pot. You might as well just sprinkle it over with that butter.
Yeah, that's why I say she's the dasher.
Yeah, I mean, I just hold it and
Yes.
everything I got already.
I'm grinding the ginger for the filling.
Ginger. Essence.
Half teaspoon.
What kind of essence is that?
That's
Almond
pear,
essence.
and I'm gonna do half teaspoon almond. And both of these essence came from Grenada. Yes. And the water, it's 1 cup of water. What we're gonna do, we're just gonna let it sit here and
Let it cook.
for about how long?
When the water gone down, when the water dry out.
Between 10 to 15 minutes. I'm gonna check it after 10 minutes.
So Mommy and Levi are flouring the pan to put our finished product in the oven. And I just wanted to show you guys that our flour has proofed, it has risen, and we should have did a before and after, but you guys can see that it doubled in size, which is something that we want, so that's a good thing. Then we are going to roll these out and put in our sweet, rich, flavorful coconut blend, which is the red part of the red belly, or the salara, or the
here is the
coconut
coconut
slice,
blend.
whatever you call it.
Mommy, something you used to always tell me is like avoid going to the edges. Why do you avoid going to the edges?
Because when you go to the edges, it will not be able to stick.
So that's important. Did you just say because it's gonna fall off?
I mean, it's kind of true.
You'll do the next one, babes.
Okay, so for our folding technique, we're just going to take one side in and fold it in a little less than the halfway mark and roll it in as tight as possible without flattening or smushing in your coconut slice. And you place in your pan, your floured and buttered pan.
This is how it looks just before it goes in. The oven has already been preheated to 350 degrees. Okay? So in.
First, I was mixing the water and sugar to make glaze so I can brush it on top of this.
And that is a wrap. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in, watching. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and leave us some comments. Let us know what you think about the recipe, and we hope to see you in our next video.